Now, you can use Australia Wow to book in your classes, boot camps and PT sessions. In this video, I'm going to take you through the entire process on actually running a class or boot camp session within Australia Wow. Here goes. So, from your schedule, let's go ahead and 7 a.m. starting from Friday the 25th, let's go and add a new class. Now, it could be a boot camp. Let's click on Add New Class. Now, the product comes up. So you will have set these up as classes or bootcamp products in your setup. So let's go ahead and drop down. And we're going to choose something nice. Let's just go at Bondi Beach. We're going to do our CrossFit Smash 2000. So it's a 30-minute session. So as you can see, Bondi Beach, 30 minutes. Yay. So, now the routine. Now, you don't have to put a routine in there for a class because in real life, you're not going to be sitting there with a clipboard like checking out how many people, 80 people come to your boot camp or your CrossFit Smash 2000 class. You're not going to be like checking out all 80 people. How many burpees have you done? You're not going to do that in real life. But the time when you do this is when you're actually doing, say, fitness tests. Okay, so you'll have set your fitness test up in your routines under setup as well. So in this case, we'll select something. So there will be all of our routines that we have. So let's go ahead and choose for this. We're going to call it the, I don't know, the bench mania. All right, whatever that might be. You'd obviously have these renamed as maybe fitness test week 1, for example, whatever. So let's choose the routine. Okay. Now, minimum and maximum participants and how much it is, that's going to be got from the setup of this product as well. So that should be auto-completed. So let's go ahead and create it. And as you can see, at 7 a.m. on Friday, the 25th of January 2013, we now actually have the CrossFit Smash 2000. And you go, okay, now what? Going to show you. So here's the thing. Now, your clients will actually be able to see this as well. Let me show you how that works. So let's just jump in as a client. Okay, let's skip forward just to refresh the page. This is the client doing it. So, and then let's go back. And you can see now the client can see your CrossFit Smash 2000 class. Now this is what happens. Like the clients can actually click it. If they move their mouse on it, they can see how many participants are registered. In this case, 0. And they can see all the pertinent details. But if they left click it, and they click on join this class, all right, that will actually add them as a participant to the class list. So let's go ahead and do that. So Chris Keating is the client of you. They're going to click on join this class. And you can see now it goes and gives them some information on you, tells them how much it is. Now, if they've bought a prepaid session or class with you, so if you've like sold a package of say 12 boot camps, for example, it's going to pop up on their screen. They're going to see this and like, oh, that's great. Okay, but this will now debit 1 from their prepaids with you. We do all of that for you. So that's the client doing that. You can see now it's gone to a light blue color, and that means that they're now in the class. Okay, so let's show you back at the ranch. Now, if you, let's just refresh this screen and we'll go back to it. So that's what I did last week. I was very busy last week. Okay, and now we can see our CrossFit Smash 2000. If we move our mouse over it, you can now see there's 1 participant registered in there. So your clients can actually see and book and pay online. Brilliant. So let's go ahead as you though. All right, so you left click. And now you can view or edit the participants. So let's go ahead and do that. So if you've got an iPad, this is genius, right? In the morning time, when you get to the park or wherever it's going to be, you do the boot camp or the group session, you'll open up the iPad, open up the session, open it up like this. Now, you can see there is Chris Keating, our client, and he's actually in the class. Now, you can also see here, you've got a $sign. Now, this is the thing. If they've pre-purchased their sessions and classes with you and they join themselves or you add them in there, that $sign will not appear because you'll have already taken dough for that particular class, right? So that's how you easily scan down the list of names as you're doing it on the iPad perhaps at the class. You can see who owes you money and who doesn't for that particular class, right? So say for argument's sake, Chris in this case does owe you some money. So all you'll do is on the iPad or on the computer, probably the iPad, all you would do is click on it to say that you've taken the money. Once you've done that, you can now see that it disappears. So under the bonnet, that means you've taken the dough, and we know on the financial reporting that you've taken the dough, right? So that's how you do that. Now, imagine that you need to add a participant in the class yourself, all right? So let's go ahead and click on the Add More Participants. So this is where you get to add existing clients. So from your client list, drop down, and there you go. There's all your clients in there. Great. And you go, well, that's fine, Nath, I can do that. So let's go ahead and add Eva that, and we'll add her into the class. Yay. Now you can see she's now added into the class. So you go, what about a walk-in, Nath? Someone off the street that wants to join my camp. How do I do that? Easy. You add the participant. And what you'll do is you'll put the participant's name in there. So let's just go, okay, John, if I can spell John right, God, John Smith. Now, you can put his mobile number in there. So for argument's sake, if someone gives you a call beforehand and goes, oh yeah, look, can I join that class tomorrow? Is that okay? You can go, of course, John Smith. Mate, what's your mobile number? So take their mobile number off them, no worries. Because what we're going to do is 24 hours beforehand, we're going to send out a text message to all of the class participants and an email reminding them to turn up for this particular class, right? So that's why you would take his mobile number. So let's go ahead and add John Smith in there. And as you can see now, we have 3 people in our class, right? Let's now go, John Smith gives you a call and he goes, oh no, I don't want to come, I can't possibly come. Okay, John. So what you would do is you would then click on the X. Let's click on that. And now you've got a choice. It says, well, are you sure you want to get rid of him? And you go, yes, of course I am. So here's where it gets groovy. Now you can remove him from just this particular session. Okay, like, oh no, I can't come, I've got to work overtime. Okay, let me take you out of this session. So you would just leave that ticked and then you click on confirm. Now he goes, oh, it's not really for me, I don't really like it. You go, yeah, okay then, John. So what you would do is you would remove him from this and all future sessions. So you would check that box. And if you want to give him a refund, why would you? He gave you a call and said he doesn't want to do it. But if you do, you can actually say there how much of a refund you want to give. It has to be in the same currency. So if you're charging British pounds or Aussie dollars, then the refund can only be given in those currencies that you set the class for, right? So in this case, we're not going to do, well, in fact, actually we are. We're going to get rid of him. Thank you. And we're going to click on confirm. Bye-bye, John. Off he goes. And as you can see, he's now gone. So that's that. Now, what you want to do is when the people have actually turned up, so you've taken their dough and now you need to mark out on the day that they've actually turned up. So what you would click is on the tick mark on all of these cases just here. So you just quickly scan down. Again, if you've got an iPad, it's just genius for this. So you just literally like put your thumb on that and just say that they've attended. And as you can see, it goes green. Now, lots of cool things happen when you do this. All right, 1 hour after you've actually marked off that they've come, we're going to be sending a post-session yay message, email and an SMS to that particular client, personalised from you, from your cell phone number, to say something along the lines of, hey Chris, Nathan here, thanks for turning up for today's CrossFit Smash 2000, can't wait to see you next time. Nathan, smiley face. Now you personally do nothing. We send that out on your behalf, right? So we kind of wow them. We Australia wow them. Okay, so that's how you do that. And that's all launched from you just saying that they attended, all right? The other thing that happens is when you actually tick this off that they attended, we then mark that under the bonnet in the reporting. So you can very easily, next time you do a report, see who's your best clients, who's your worst clients, who's paid but never turns up, who's paid but only comes up at 50%. Whatever report you want is generated by you just saying, well, I've ticked the box and they turned up. All the magic happens under the bonnet for you, okay? So you go, all right, well, that's fair enough. So here's the thing. Now what you want to do, okay, is message everybody in that class. You go, oh no, I need to let everyone know something urgent. No problem. So up here where it says message class participants, we got your back. So go ahead and click on that and a new box will pop up. And it says, well, how do you want to send it? So in this case, we've got email, SMS, or both. Now, providing you're in credit in SMS with us, you can buy some more. Or if you're unsure, just choose email. It's entirely up to you. So you can see there's 2 participants in the class. You've got, in this case, 348 text messages left. And you just type in what you want to say. So, hey guys, can't do class today. Going to be late by 5 minutes. Okay, and if I can just type, that would be great. So you can actually say what you want to say. Now, when you click on send, this message via email will get sent out to everybody in the class at the same time. And of course, if you're sending it out via text message, they'll all receive the text message all at the same time. So no more going, oh my God, I've got to send this out individually to people. Don't worry about it. Go into the class, message the class participants, type it in like you've seen here, job done. So it's a really easy way of staying in touch with everybody. All right, so another thing in the classes. let's show you how you're doing the class and you go, right, now I've actually got a fitness test. You remember we set up a routine for them when we booked them in. So let's go ahead on Chris Keating and let's enter the results for Chris. So assuming that you've set up the routine, if you click this, the routine that you said you were going to set them for the class should pop up. Now, of course, the kettlebell alternate clean just here in this example, or the barbell bent over row, obviously this was a gym-based routine, but you will have had your stuff like burpees or, body weight kind of push-ups, or you'll most likely be doing body weight stuff, to be fair, all right, on a boot camp, right? So this is where you would actually enter the results in for that particular client. So again, this is used for the fitness test. Now, a really cool thing, all right, is 1 hour after you click on finalize, we will then send out a message, all right, to that client from you, and we'll scan through the best progressed exercise. Now, we'll then send a text message and an email from you that will say, well done, Chris, well done for today's kettlebell alternate clean, 28% improvement from last time. Nathan, smiley face. And that will go out automatically, all right? So you can send out, if there's 80 people in the class, you're going to get 80 messages sent out just by putting in their details and doing nothing. We do the hard work for you. You look like a legend, all right? So again, you can put some notes in there as well, mandatory notes, okay? So, did well. The only people to see that will be you. So click on finalize. Okay, so that is how you enter the results for that particular client. Yay. All right, so workout results saved. So other stuff we can do, let's have a look. If we finalize the class, all right, if we finalize the class, that means that we take all of the dough, we mark off that if they've actually used the prepaids, that is the case, all right? So finalize the class, all the dough and under the bonnet stuff then starts. It goes, right, thanks very much, class over. Thank you very much. Okay, now if it's not and you've gone, oh no, I'll do that at home when I get back at the day, all right, that's groovy. Okay, get home after the class and then click on the finalised class there when you're in the nice warm. Okay, you get the idea. So, what else have we got here? Let me show you something really cool. All right, so let's not finalise the class at the moment. Let's return to the schedule. Okay, so one of the common things that trainers get is, especially places like the UK where it's absolutely pissing down with rain, or in Australia where it's searing hot, sometimes you just can't do the class in the area that you wanted to do it. All right, health and safety, or the clients will just get generally arsey. So here we go. We are going to move the class. So go ahead and click on it, left click, and what you can do is actually move the session. So let's go ahead and click on that. And now what it's going to do, it's going to move it to another location. Okay, so we can go, instead of Bondi, we can choose any one of these other locations that we've set up. And if we're going to be late, we can put in the new time in there as well. Now, how do we want to send this message? So let's go ahead and, again, email, SMS, or both. And what we can do is actually type in the message here as well. So when I last showed you, you can actually message everybody, okay, but this method from the actual schedule itself will actually not only let them know, but it will actually move it as well. So as soon as you move this, it will send in the text message and the email as well. So it do all the functions all in one, all right? So that's how you would move the session and let everybody know all at the same time, all right? So that's what you can do. Now, recurring classes. So you go, but I do this at 7 a.m. every Friday, Nath. So here's the thing. What you need to do is you need to add all the participants in there. So I suggest if you've got, say, a 6 or an 8 week boot camp, for example, you would go ahead and you'd add all the participants in there as I've shown you. So once you've got those people locked and loaded, all right, you would then click on the left-hand side mouse button, okay, or just the iPad, and then what you would do is you would create a recurring class. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we do now is we create your recurring appointments ahead. So in this case, we're saying, well, it's going to be on every Friday. It's going to be at 7 a.m. How many classes ahead would you like to book? So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and it's a 6-week boot camp. So we'll just select 6. And what we do now is we forecast the appointments. Okay, so we're going to check 6 weeks ahead and make sure that every Friday is doable. You might be conflicting with something. In this case, though, you can see we've got 6 weeks. Everything's all tickety-boo. There's no red to say, oh, no, you can't do it. So in this case, what you would do is you would select all. And then what you would do is you would save the appointments. So let's go ahead and do that. And now we can see that our appointments have indeed been set up. So if I theoretically go ahead next week, you should see at 7 o'clock Friday next week, we can see our CrossFit there. And that will go ahead for the entire 6 weeks. But here's the thing, because you added the participants in there first, okay, what you then do is you left click, you edit the participants, and what it's done, it's effectively copied and pasted, essentially. As you can see, there was the 2 participants in there that we had from week 1. So that's how you kind of book it in. So you would set up week 1 with exactly how you wanted to set it up, okay, and then you would then just like forecast ahead and book them in. All right. I suggest that you don't set up the routine on week 1, because that will probably change. You won't do like a fitness test every single week for 6 weeks, right? So what you would do is you would go to week 3 and then you would actually go in there, modify it, and actually set up the routine that way. Okay, so let's just go ahead and click on this. So this will be the 2nd week. And as you can see, right, we've got like on the 2nd week, we've got this as well. You wouldn't want that, but you would do this on the 3rd week instead. All right, it's entirely up to you. If you do it weekly, no worries. But you wouldn't set it up like in week 1 session and then copy and paste in. All right, that's the point of the story. So that's how you actually do everything to do with classes in Australia WOW. Now, the final thing is if you do need to cancel the class, all right, so let's go ahead and choose on cancel the class. So let's cancel the class. Now, are you sure? Because if you cancel the class, that basically gets any money that's being given to you will actually push back. If they've got any prepaids with you, then we'll push those prepaids back to those people as well. So if you cancel the class, right, there are financial ramifications, okay, just like in real life. But we handle all that for you. We're going to tell you how much to push back to them. And in some cases, if they're paid with the PayPal through Australia WOW, we'll actually pay them like their refunds back as well for you. Cool stuff. So let's just go ahead and click on no for that. And that's everything to do with classes. So the only real gotcha, all right, is if you're booking 6 or 8 weeks ahead for your 8-week boot camps. What I would recommend is that, say, when you're doing them at, say, week 3 and then week 6, for example, you would go on your schedule to that particular class. You'd actually then left click and you would choose change routine for that particular week. All right, so your fitness test 2, for example, would be on, say, week 3. You get the idea. You know your business is better than me, obviously. So that's how you would do it. You've actually now created the class on the schedule. You've forecast ahead for like a full 6 weeks. You've worked out how to set up their fitness tests. You've worked out how to like say that they've actually paid you some money when they do owe you some money. And you've marked off the people as attended those particular classes. And you know what happens like when they actually get the emails and the SMSs from you. Yay. That's everything to do with classes. In reality, when you're looking at this, you're going, oh my God, that's too much to take in one serving, Nath. Don't worry about it. It's really, really simple. Once you've set up your products and your packages and you sell it to your clients, all you then do is book it in using your iPad and everything takes care of itself. Point, click, do, honestly. So that's how you do everything to do with classes with Australia WOW.